Hi everyone, this is Neil Writer, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. I have here a patient who has bilateral fully occluding earwax, and it was their left ear that they reported their main symptoms being inside. Their symptoms included otalgia. So otalgia is the medical name given for earache. They were also experiencing tinnitus. So for anyone who doesn't know what tinnitus is, it's typically a ringing or a buzzing noise, but it could actually be any noise that originates either within inside your ears or within inside your head. So it's not an external sound. And the patient was also, of course, experiencing reduced hearing. They weren't able to hear their friends and family, which much to their annoyance, but the patient advised that in some ways they felt blessed that they weren't always hearing their friends and family, because they had an excuse, for example, when it was there around at the pub, not to get it in because they couldn't hear. So the patient does have to attend every year or so. So it is a chronic problem they have. And I would say if you fall within the waxy category, inverted commas, so about 10% of the population, give or take, will need to have wax removed on a, I wouldn't say frequent basis, but more than once in their lifetime. So they are prone to having a wax impaction problem. We call wax impaction ceruminosis, actually. That's the medical term given for it. On average, if you are one of those people that will have to have earwax removed throughout their lifetime, the average, I would say, is between, say, 18 months, 2 years, maybe a bit more frequent even. And then you get some extreme cases. I got some clients that have to attend every 3 or 4 months, others 6, 7 years. So it does vary a lot. Now, with this consistency of the wax, it's very soft, mushy. They did try and remove it themselves. You may have seen right at the beginning, they know better. They know they shouldn't. And there was an indentation into the core. You probably just see it there to the right. It's not as visible now. So the patient did try and remove it, and I keep explaining that, if you try and remove it yourself, you're just going to impact it further in. And this is what's happened. They've really impacted it against their eardrum. And it is this soft, sticky consistency. And I'm just trying to work it off the canal walls. And I'm just going to wriggle it left to right. You can see the wax is lodged. There's a narrowing. There's a V shape of the ear canal there at the bottom. And that valley, that region of the ear canal is called the isthmus. That's when we get a narrowing of the ear canal. And the ear canal after the isthmus, it widens again. So if you push wax beyond the isthmus and the wax expands, that wax plug is bigger than the isthmus. So it's a matter of then extracting it, wriggling it through, define physics almost to get it through a smaller aperture. Now, fortunately, earwax is a bit soft. Generally, you can get really hard earwax, which is very hard to bring through. Now, the ear canal itself is bony, so that's not going to expand. If this is on the cartilage portion of the ear canal, then we could bring it through. Now, that's the patient's eardrum. It does look retracted. I don't know if you've had that, if you could see that as well, especially on the back part and the centre part. The eardrum looks like it's pulled in. The hammer bone, the malleus bone, is almost horizontal, which is normally a sign of the eardrum being retracted, but this patient's eardrum just looks like this. We always perform pressure test, tympanometry, and it comes back normal, but it does really look retracted, and sometimes the eardrum has had this appearance, and it may well be that the eardrum it's just, that's the way it is for this patient. It's pulled inwards, but the pressure behind the eardrum is equal. The air pressure is equal behind the eardrum in comparison to the atmosphere.